boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom.
You're Tom Robinson, 25 years of age with 3 children. You've been in trouble with the law before. A 30-day sentence of disorderly conduct. What did this consist of?
Got in a fight with another man. He tried to cut me, but it wasn't much. Not enough to hurt.
Were you acquainted with Miss Mayella Violet Ewell?
Yes, sir. I had to pass a place going to and from the field.
Whose field?
I work for Mr. Link D's.
You passed at your place to get to work. Is there any other way to go?
No, sir. None's I know of.
Tom, did she ever speak to you?
Why, yes, sir. I tipped my hat while I was going by, and one day she asked me to come inside the fence and bust up her chifforobe.
When did she ask you to chop up the chifforobe?
Mr. Finch, that was way last spring. Once it broke up, she told me that she ought to give me a nickel. But I said, no ma'am, there ain't no charge. Then I walked home. That was over a year ago.
Did you ever go in the place again?
I went there lots of times.
Why did you go on the fence lots of times?
She called me in. Every time I seemed to pass by yonder, she'd ask me to come in and do something. Chopping, kindling, carrying water.
Where were the other children?
They were always around. All over the place.
Would Miss Mayella talk to you?
Yes, sir. She talked to me.
Did you ever at any time go into the Ewell property? Did you ever set foot into the Ewell property without any express invitation?
No, sir. Mr. Finch, I would never do that. I never did.
Tom, what happened on the evening of November 21st?
Mr. Finch, I was passing by that evening when I saw Miss Mayella on the porch, but I realized the place was quite quiet. She asked me to come inside and help her with some things, but when I got inside the fence, there was nothing to do. She said that the door was off its hinges, so she needed me to do that for her. I said, Miss Mayella, you got a screwdriver? And she said, why, yes I do. But when I got up to the porch and looked at the hinges, it was quite alright. I said, Miss Mayella, this door's fine. And then something struck me. Why was it so quiet? I said, Miss Mayella, where are the children?
Go on, Tom.
And she said, the children have all gone to town to get ice cream. It took me a year, but I saved them 7 nickels. They all gone.
Tom, what did they say to you then?
I said, Miss Mayella, it's nice of you to treat them. She said, you think so? I don't think she understood what I meant. I meant saving. But it was nice of her to treat them too.
I understand. Go on.
Well, I said, ain't nothing I can do. So I said, I best be going. But she said, oh yes there is. She said, you can step on that stool and grab that box on top of the chifforobe.
Not the same one you busted up?
No, sir. The chifforobe was about as tall as the ceiling. And when I leaned up to grab the box, she grabbed me by the legs. She scared me so bad, I turned over the chair, the only piece of furniture in the room. And I didn't take any of it.
What happened after you turned the chair over? Tom, you've sworn to tell the whole truth. Will you do it?
When I got off that chair, she sort of jumped at me.
What happened after that?
She hugged me. She hugged me round the waist.
What happened after that?
Action.
She said she never hugged a grown man before and might as well start with me. She said, hug me back. I said, Miss Mayella, I need to get out of here. You need to let me leave right now. But before I could run away, she blocked the door. Mr. Finch, I pushed her, but I didn't mean her no harm. And before I could get out of there, Mr. Ewells yelled through the window.
What did he say?
Something not fitting to say. Not fitting for these folks and children.
Tom, you must tell the jury what he said.
She said, you damn slut, I'll kill you.
Tom, did you ever attack Mayella Ewell?
I did not, sir.
Did you harm her in any way?
I did not.
Did you resist her advances?
Mr. Finch, I tried without being ugly to her. I didn't want to be ugly. Didn't want to push her or nothing.
Let's go back to Mr. Ewell. Who was he talking to?
He was talking and looking at Miss Mayella.
Then you ran?
I sure did.
Why did you run?
I was scared, sir.
Why were you scared?
Mr. Finch, if you was black like me, you'd be scared too, sir.
You were given 30 days for your disorderly conduct, Robinson.
Yes, sir. I got 30 days.
Strong enough to choke up the breath of a woman?
I never done that, sir.
But you're strong enough to.
I reckon so, sir.
Had your eye on her for a long time, hadn't you?
No, sir. I never looked at her.
You were mighty polite to do all that chopping and hollering for you, weren't you, boy?
I was just trying to help her out, sir.
That was mighty generous of you. Why were you so anxious to do that woman's chores?
Well, I says it looked like they never helping her.
With Mr. Ewell and 7 children on the place, boy?
Just tried to help her.
A mighty good fellow, it seems. Did all this hard work for not 1 penny.
Yes, sir. I felt right sorry for her. She seemed to try more than the rest.
You felt sorry for her? You felt sorry for her? Do you deny you went by the house on evening of November 21st to go and bust up some chifforobe?
No, sir.
She said you were gonna bust up the chifforobe, is that right?
No, sir, it ain't.
You say she lied, boy?
I don't say she's lying, Mr. Gilman. I say she's mistaken in her mind.
Tell me, boy, why did you run away?
I was scared, sir.
If you had a clear conscience, boy, why were you scared?
Like I says before, it wasn't safe for any black man to be in a fix.
But you weren't in a fix. You testified that you were trying to resist her advances.
No, sir. I was scared I'd be in court, just like I am now.
Were you scared she might hurt you, a big fella like you?
No, sir.
Scared you'd have to face up to what you did?
No, sir. Scared I'd have to face up to what I didn't do.
You being imprudent to me?
I didn't go to be.